what's going on? It's Josh here with Jared.
Hey, how's it going?
J&J Podcast. This is episode 1. Let's see how this goes. To be honest, this could be terrible, or it could be really terrible. So we'll find out. But I guess we should just introduce ourselves. I'm Josh. I'm what you would say an inspiring filmmaker. By that is I've not done anything. I just would like to get into the film industry. I like to watch movies, TV shows, all that fun stuff. And I'll throw it over to Jared here.
All right, I'm Jared. I'm not an inspiring filmmaker, but I do like to talk about movies.
There you go.
And I love to go to the movie theaters, probably go 3 or 4 times a month. Love to watch movies. Maybe one day I'll try to write a movie, but not in the cards for right now. Just a college student for now.
You never know. You never know. Another fun fact is that I happen to work at a movie theater. That may be important to the plot later on.
All right, Josh, so how has your week been so far?
My week's been pretty all right. Nothing crazy has been happening. How about you, Jared? How's it been going?
Not too bad. Just a lot of schoolwork. Got a couple exams coming up, so trying to get prepared for that.
Okay. What a nerd.
Yeah, get that a lot.
Well, I guess we'll segue into the news segment. First thing is probably the biggest thing going on with the big old actors strike and all that fun stuff, and the writer's strike is movies being pushed back. So recently we've been seeing probably the biggest movie to get pushed back right now is Dune Part 2.
Still can't understand that one.
I don't understand it. I don't know.
You have all the promotion in the world. You have all the IMAX theaters lined up.
I don't know.
You have Timothy Chalamet, Austin Butler, Zendaya, Florence Pugh, Josh Brolin.
It's almost like Avengers Endgame, the cast.
Like
how big it is.
It's that level.
But I don't know the real reasoning behind it. I don't know. There was already marketing. There's trailers out.
They were on the cover of like Vogue or some sort of big magazine.
Yeah. But we had to take down all the posters in the theater advertising because it was the wrong date. So I'm not sure what's going on with that.
And now I think it's March. So
it's like 6 months away. I don't understand it. If the Nun II can come out, I'm pretty sure Dune 2 will be fine. The Nun II
can get 10 viewers.
Yeah. I don't understand. But there's also other movies like Challengers, the sex comedy or whatever. I don't even know what's about.
The tennis Zendaya threesome.
Yeah. So won't be able to see that till next year. Godzilla vs. Kong, the sequel. We notoriously love that movie.
So, fun story. One of the two we saw, our local drive-in had closed down. Mm-hmm. And about a week before that, we went and saw a double feature of Godzilla vs. Kong and Nobody, starring Bob Odenkirk.
It's crazy because I don't remember a single thing about Godzilla vs. Kong
at
all.
Nothing.
But I remember Nobody.
I actually enjoyed Nobody.
I did too. It was pretty good.
That was before I watched like Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul, so I didn't even have a love for Bob Odenkirk at that point.
Yeah. I don't know. It seems like movies keep getting pushed back, and I guess there's not... I guess the corporations are trying to keep this strike going on for as long as possible. Like, they have no point of ending it.
No. I mean, it's going to get to the point where, like, stuff just doesn't even get made anymore.
I mean, that's where we're at. Like Spider-Man, Stranger Things Season 5, all that stuff's getting postponed. So
it's going to be... We're going to be 30 by the time Stranger Things comes out.
Probably.
I mean, we were in, I think, 7th or 8th grade when the first season came out. I will be probably graduated from college by the time that show finishes.
I guess the script is made, or it's...
I think it's, like, pretty well made.
Something like that, but it's still being postponed because of all of this stuff going on. I know the Spider-Man movie's definitely getting postponed. So
yeah, I mean, I think even without the strike, I mean, they were trying to get it out next year, and it took like 5 years in between Into and Across.
Just that alone, yeah. That Spider-Man. I was also talking about the Tom Holland one.
Oh,
they're supposed to be making that quote unquote, but
we'll see.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of big movies coming out that are getting postponed, but we'll see how that goes throughout the year. See if they finally get a resolution or something.
We'll see. I don't know if it's going to be anytime soon, but
I don't know.
Could be a few months.
All right. Well, moving on to a happier subject. So we are both a fan of That 70s Show. Huge fans. Me probably more than him. He got me hooked on it one time in school when we had free time, and ever since I've been a big fan. And the main character plays. Why am I blanking on his name now? I'm such a big fan. I don't remember. Hyde. Yeah, it's Hyde. He's been charged with. Was it
2 counts?
2 counts of bad stuff, and is getting charged to 30 years to life.
To life.
To life. And yeah, that's kind of shocking. I guess the allegations came out a while ago. I remember hearing about that.
It's been years, because it was when he was still on the ranch.
Yeah.
And then they killed him off.
Mm-hmm.
Which, that was crazy.
I never even see the ranch, so...
I think you'd like it. It has him, Ashton Kutcher, Sam Elliott.
All I know is that I remember looking at Twitter one day and seeing that pop up, and I was like, what is going on?
Wow.
What the hell is happening?
Well, then I saw, like, reports today that, like, Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis are still supporting him. And
yeah.
I'm like, wow.
Mila Kunis was, 14 when she was on the show or something like that? And it went on for about 8 seasons, 6 seasons. So, I don't know. It's a weird situation. I don't know. And, I mean, he was on that show with Ashton Kutcher, The Ranch.
Right.
So they've been together for years, and then it's just...
It's one of those things, like, you can't keep that friendship.
Yeah, like, no. It's just a weird situation.
Like, you did some stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not writing a letter in support of you.
Yeah.
I can say that much.
I would hope not, Jared. I'd hope not. But, yeah, so that's the other big news going on. And then there's a movie news topic I wanted to bring up, where I saw a video talking about Oppenheimer. Arguably probably my favorite movie of the year. It definitely probably is the top movie.
My top?
So there are apparently rumors going around that Oppenheimer is not going to be eligible for the Oscars. And it's because there's no diversity. I mean, the entire cast is all Caucasian white people. And, like, even all the stuff with Japan, they don't even have a single, Asian person to represent it. So it's very interesting that... It goes along with the whole theory that people think that the Oscars are against Christopher Nolan. Do you know about that?
Yeah, I've heard that.
There's a big theory going around that the Oscars are very against Christopher Nolan and don't want him to win an Oscar or anything. So,
but I will say, I believe the theory about them not being able to get nominated for an Oscar was debunked. I think because they have so many diverse people who worked on set production and writing and stuff like that, it still qualifies them, and you have to meet so many categories.
I think it's crazy because this all spawned off the Oscar is white or whatever it was called, the big thing where Oscars were all about white people, and then recent years they've been getting diversity in, which is amazing. But then, like
last year, you had Jamie Lee Curtis win over Stephanie Hsu, and
it was like, all right.
I
feel like after that, it's really gonna.
All right. I didn't even think Jamie Lee Curtis should have been nominated.
The hate on Christopher Nolan may lead to problems, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes.
I mean, looking at what could beat him, that's come out. I mean, you have Past Lives, Barbie, maybe.
I don't think Barbie's gonna win it.
I don't think so. I think it'll get nominated.
We'll have an Oscar episode, I'm sure, in the future where we'll talk in depth, but I don't think Barbie could win it. I mean, it's the biggest movie of the year.
Oh yeah.
It legitimately is. Even at the theater, we still get a bunch of people coming in to see it. And I don't know. I maybe set design, but even then,
I think it'll get set design, costume design.
Do you think over Oppenheimer though?
I think it might.
What about effects?
I don't think so.
I think Oppenheimer has to win for effects. The whole idea of not really having a CGI.
I think it'll probably get Best Original Song. I also think it has 2 good candidates for Best Original Song.
I think it does too.
With I'm Just Ken and the Billie Eilish song.
I think so. I think the Billie Eilish song is probably going to win.
Yeah. I think one of those 2 will probably win Best Original Song. Greta Gerwig will probably get nominated.
I mean, Oppenheimer dethroned my favorite movie of the year, which was the Super Mario Brothers movie. So
this guy knows movies.
Yeah, I know movies. I know amazing movies.
I don't even think Mario is in my top 3 animated movies this year.
Well, Peaches is eligible for.
I think it could.
It could win. You never know.
So you're telling me you like Mario over Across the Spider-Verse?
There's a long pause. You know what? I'll tell you this about Across the Spider-Verse. The first animated Spider-Man movie, did not care for.
Really?
Really? I watched it, and I was like, it's all right.
Get this guy out of here.
I was really like, it's okay, it's good. I thought it was good. I'm not going to dog on it, but
get this guy out of here.
I'm a big video game guy.
That's true. That is true.
I have a massive. I'm about to try and go to a Comic-Con to meet the voice of Mario, and the Spider-Man guy is going to be there.
Not Chris Pratt.
No. Charles Martinet, the original voice of Mario, and the guy that's going to voice Miles Morales in the anime movie is going to be there. I have no care to meet him. I want to meet Mario. So, I mean, that's just my opinion. You can call me racist or whatever, but that's just how it goes. All right. After that amazing talk about news, we'll jump into the movie reviews we have. So, do you want to start off with Blue Beetle?
Yeah, so I'll start off. So, we'll kind of kick it back and forth with some of the recent movies we've seen.
Yeah.
So, a few days ago, I got to see Blue Beetle. We'll try to keep this spoiler-free, but I enjoyed it. I mean, as much hate as The Flash got and DC's hate that's been, kind of out there recently, I honestly enjoyed it. It wasn't groundbreaking. It wasn't...
Yeah, that's what I figured.
I mean, there was nothing crazy to it, but, it's kind of... you know pretty much what's going to happen.
Sorry, I had to spray the cat.
You pretty much know what's going to happen.
It's a very...
But it was fun. Like, there was a lot of, one-liners in it that were pretty funny. I think George Lopez was fun in it.
That's what I was going to text you, is that I saw parts of it, and I immediately thought George Lopez was going to carry the movie.
Yeah. He plays the main kid who's the Blue Beetle. He plays his uncle. And I thought he was pretty good in that role. The main kid was really good. Zolo... I don't know his last name.
I have no idea.
He's on Cobra Kai as well.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
I never watched that.
But I thought he was good. Like, you could definitely see some, stardom potentiality in him.
I mean, I'm glad they're making a basic DC movie. I hear The Flash was just weird.
The Flash was...
Did you see The Flash?
I saw The Flash.
I did not see The Flash.
The Flash was bad, but it was somewhat entertaining. Like, it was fun.
The cameo part you liked?
I liked... Which one?
Well, I already know what it is. I mean, we can say spoilers. Okay, spoilers to The Flash. All right. So what I saw...
You talking about Nick Cage?
I saw Nick Cage because... Do you know about that story?
Yeah.
So that whole thing... the Tim Burton directed, written by Kevin Smith, Superman movie. That and the very end.
George Clooney. I was like, there's no shot it's Christian Bale, and then it's George Clooney, and I'm like, oh my god.
Well, I was watching a video earlier where they were talking about how they were trying to get Christian Bale to do that part. It was originally going to be Christian Bale, but they couldn't get him.
Yeah, so they had to get it's Christian Bale.
Yeah, what are you going to do? But, so you liked Blue Beetle?
I did. I thought it was fun. I give it a 3.5 on Letterboxd. I mean,
that's above average.
Yeah. I think it has now like a 3.4 or something like that. It's got
like a 70% or something on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, it's pretty solid. Like, I mean, if you're looking for just like a solid superhero movie or like something that's not going to take you much brain power, I'd recommend it. Like, it's a good time.
Yeah, it's got a 78% on Rotten Tomatoes, which,
from my understanding, I believe it's like the only like Mexican superhero. Like, it's
DCU, yes. I think there's a couple in Marvel I can't think of. I think Miss Marvel is or something.
Oh, yeah, Miss Marvel is.
Something like that. I don't know.
But one of the few at a minimum, so it's, definitely something for people like Hispanic culture that I think they could definitely relate to a lot more than I could, definitely. Especially some of the stuff that kind of happens throughout. There's a lot of stuff about like Hispanic culture just kind of rooted throughout it. But all in all, I thought it was pretty solid. But I'll go ahead and kick it to you. You can talk about The Nun II.
The Nun II. All right. So I'm a massive fan of the first Conjuring. I feel like a lot of people are. Anyone that's a big horror fan has loved The Conjuring. The second movie I thought was pretty good. It was the first ever R-rated movie I saw in theaters. Was The Conjuring 2.
Right.
I'll remember that. So I thought that was a pretty good sequel. Annabelle, the first one, got through 15 minutes, fell asleep. First saw the sequel with the David S. Sandberg one. I think I saw parts of it or something, but I couldn't remember it. I remember seeing Annabelle Comes Home. I thought that was a pretty good one. That was the third Annabelle movie.
I've only seen the first Conjuring.
It was... The third one was good. It was different. It was more fun. It was just a fun movie. Conjuring 3 was okay. It wasn't that good, but it was better than all the other ones. And then there was like the first Nun, I did not care for at all. And that's how I feel a lot of people feel about this one. That the sequel's better. But I have to tell you, Jared, about the Nun II, is I have no idea how it is because I never actually saw it. So your face. So the plan was to see it.
Right.
But I never actually did. Because his face is amazing right now. Life gets in the way sometimes. The girlfriend had homework to do, and we just did not have time to see it. So, for this week, I do not have a review for the Nun II. However, from what I've heard, is that it is better than the first one, and maybe in the next podcast, I will actually have a review for it. Because I'm not going to lie, after seeing someone like Chris Stuckman's review on it and actually praise about how it's actually better than the first one and how it's actually pretty decent, it actually made me want to see it. Because yesterday, I did not want to see it at all. After working all day, I did not feel like going to see The Nun. And the girlfriend was busy, so it did not happen. So I'm sorry to break your heart, but I do not have a review
Guess I'll never
for
know.
The Nun 2, at least this week. Maybe I'll bring it back.
I guess
next
we'll come
time.
back to me. So today, I got this.
Jared.
I saw Bottoms. I'd wanted to see it. It got a very limited release.
What is Bottoms?
So basically, these two gay high schoolers create a fight club in order to lose their virginity.
Okay.
Yeah. It's basically a satire. It's like not another teen movie type of thing. It's like that, but I'm a cheerleader, Heathers type of thing.
Okay.
So
does it have like kind of a roots to like an 80s coming of age film kind of, or
a little bit
like a John Hughes kind of thing, but it's more like raunchy or something?
Yeah. It's got Rachel Sennott. She was in. Did you see Bodies?
I did not.
Okay.
That's one of them on the list.
Yeah,
the A24.
Yeah, she was in that. It has Marshawn Lynch in it as well.
Marshawn Lynch is in the film, huh?
He's their teacher.
Marshawn Lynch is the teacher. Huh?
Marshawn Lynch is their teacher.
Professional athlete Marshawn Lynch.
Beast mode himself.
Beast mode himself. Oh,
He's hilarious in it, I gotta say.
He's actually good in it?
He's not a great, he's just funny.
He's no Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in Airplane.
No. Nobody would ever be Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in Airplane.
But yeah.
He was funny.
That's weird.
But it's just a huge satire on jocks and popularity in high school and stuff like that. Throughout the entire movie, all of the football players wear their jerseys, not just their jerseys, their full uniforms to school.
With the shoulder pads and everything?
They have shoulder pads, the
Lord.
pants, and they wear those to school every single day.
Jesus. So it really is over the top.
It is a little over the top in places. I don't want to give any spoilers, but anybody who's seen it, the last scene,
is it good?
It's insane.
Is it really good?
You can kind of see it coming, but you're watching and you're like, holy shit. There's one part that my mouth dropped because I was like, there's no way that just happened.
All right, I got to see this movie. Where did you see this? Is it at the theater? Or?
I saw it at AMC.
AMC,
yeah, so it got a very limited release. I think it went from 100 theaters to 700. I think it's at 1,200 now.
Oh, so it's probably Talk to Me or whatever.
Yeah,
it had a real small release.
It's gotten really small releases its first 2 weeks. It's growing now. So where we live, we have 2 theaters in our city. It's only at one of the 2, and not the one Josh Wirt's at. Yeah. But it's got like I said, it's got Marshawn Lynch. It's got Rachel Sennott. It's got Ayo Edebiri. She was in The Bear. She was a voice in TMNT. She was in Abbott Elementary. She's been in some other stuff. So it's got a decent cast.
Huh.
But it's it's definitely more popular in the LGBTQ community.
Okay.
But
it's got 93% Rotten
Tomatoes. Yeah, I think it has like a 4.3 on Letterboxd. Like, it's got like really high scores, but it's definitely my favorite comedy of the year.
Okay.
I think I gave it a 4.5 on Letterboxd.
Oh wow. Okay.
Like, I really enjoyed it. It's very funny.
Huh.
It's very over the top in a lot of places. Especially, again, like the last scene is.
It's just mind blowing. I think
insane.
the hardest I've ever laughed in an ending scene is Weird. The Al Yankovic
when
story.
they like shoot Madonna or whatever.
No. What happens is it freeze frames on him. It goes black and white, and it goes, Weird Al Yankovic was assassinated and killed at the MTV Awards or whatever.
I remember that.
Oh, I that's my favorite ending I could think of.
That whole movie was so stupid. Like,
it
the
was
dad.
amazing. I loved it.
It's like stuff like that. Like, it's just
It's
over
just
the top
over
style.
Okay. That's probably one of my... That and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I think that's one of my favorite endings, though. That's what I think.
It's very over the top, but if you have the humor for it, you're going to love it.
Interesting. All right. Well, that seems pretty good. Let's see. We can talk about... you want to talk about Gran Turismo?
Yeah.
That's the movie we saw together.
We saw that one about a week ago.
That was about a week ago. It was, opening day came out?
Yeah. So it was like a week or two ago. We saw Gran Turismo. I was honestly really excited for it when I first saw the preview. I'm a big David Harbour fan. I thought it looked cool, which I really think the racing scenes were good.
I think the racing had to be good for this movie because in a way it kind of carries it.
Right.
Like that's the main part that you're looking for.
But there's just so much like in the beginning, like before you even see a race car.
Yeah, there's a lot of build up before
There's
you even see a
build-up.
real race car. It's crazy.
It's a 2.5 hour long movie. They build up like a relationship with the kid's dad, and they build up a relationship with him having a girlfriend, and then you meet David Harbour.
Yeah.
And then you meet Orlando Bloom, and then they meet each other.
Yeah.
This is like 50 minutes into the movie.
Yeah, it's...
And they haven't even met the racer.
Yeah, no. He has to go through the whole contest part, and then get to the contest, and then they finally meet the characters. And then that's... I feel like from there, though, it picks up pretty good steam.
The second half's definitely a lot better. It's a true story. Can we spoil it?
I mean, it's been out for 2 weeks. We can say spoilers.
Yeah, so spoiler for Gran Turismo. Skip a few minutes. So I gotta say, I didn't know the true story. Josh didn't know the true story.
Yeah, I had no idea.
So the scene where he kills a spectator has never, like, I've never been so taken off guard in my entire life.
I think that moment made us, I think both of us, I remember it happening. He goes, so what happens is he's driving in one of the races. It's like maybe halfway through the movie. And I'm thinking, everything's going well for this guy. The only problem is that, like, his dad wants him to be, like, a worker, like a soccer player. And he's like, no, Dad, I want to race. And the whole time, I'm thinking, when is this guy's low point? Because consistently, he's just winning. He wins the competition. He gets there. He wins to go qualify to get his license. He gets his license. Like, nothing's going wrong for this guy. It's like, what the hell's going on? And then about halfway through, he's driving on one of the races, and his car goes airborne and flies into the crowd of, like, a curve, and, like, where there's people sitting out in, like, a picnic area. And it was crazy. Like, it's like, okay, there was a wreck, and then it's revealed that he killed someone.
Yeah, because the way it's revealed, I think, it's like it's meant to be dramatic, but the way they do it is like he's laying in the hospital bed with like Orlando Bloom and David Harbour like standing over him.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Was anybody hurt?" And David Harbour's like, "Yeah, a spectator." And they just kind of stare at each other for like 10 seconds, and then the kid's like,
"Is he okay?
Is he okay?" And David Harbour's like, "He's dead." And me and Josh just look at each other. We're like. We're sitting there, we're like, that didn't happen. And we're like, we look it up, and this guy actually killed someone.
That was probably one of the craziest. I was not expecting Gran Turismo to have such a shocking moment. But when he killed that guy, and it was revealed that he killed him.
Actually killed him.
It was shocking. I don't know. The rest of the movie's pretty generic though after that point. It's just getting back on his stride. And then
the comeback and winning it all.
I
mean, I thought the racing scenes were cool. I think I gave it like a 3 on Letterboxd.
I think I like it a little bit more than you did. But at the same time, it's not, I don't know, it's not a movie I'm dying to rewatch.
Yeah, I don't know if it's something I'd probably
give it a 3.5, just above average. It was a fine movie. I tell you who did love it, though. My girlfriend. It's her favorite movie of the year.
Really?
Now, she's a big racing fan.
Okay.
So this was right up her alley. So if you're a really big racing fan, I definitely recommend seeing it. But
it's no Ford v Ferrari. I'll say that much.
No.
If you want a good racing, movie,
that's pretty good.
Check out Ford v Ferrari.
Yeah, I think David Harbour carried the movie.
Yeah, he was definitely the best actor in it.
I mean, no one was terrible. It was just, I don't know.
But I think he actually gave a good performance.
I thought it was weird, though, or I guess because it's a PlayStation movie, PlayStation Productions movie, because it's based off the IP of the game. Or I guess the contest was based off the whole story or whatever. So every time they would show, like, the racing or, like the stats or whatever, they would always have like PlayStation 5 menu music, and I would always laugh at it because they literally
played the PlayStation 5 startup sound.
Yeah, they'd have like
the movie.
Yeah, like the home menu sound and all that stuff. I'm like, what is going on? But I don't know. If you're gonna see a video game movie, I'd see Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah,
but it's not terrible.
If you're into sports movies, it's pretty generically based sports movie, but if you like racing or sports movies, you'll probably enjoy it.
Yeah. Is there any other movies you can think of? I mean, we saw Strays if you want to throw it in there.
All I got to say about Strays is don't watch it. That's all I got for Strays.
Really? Okay, now we can talk about Strays. I thought it was okay.
I hated Strays.
I didn't think it was terrible. I liked the CGI on the mouse.
I thought that was all right.
But I thought none of the comedy worked.
All the comedy was terrible.
I thought the funniest part's when he's humping the gnome and he said, "It's you're the."
See,
you're
but I saw that in
daddy.
the trailer 10 times.
That's
so
exactly
when I went to see
heard.
the movie, I just didn't laugh.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Everyone said it was in the trailers. I think I saw one trailer for it, but I remember that part, I guess. But
the part I thought was the funniest. There's no spoilers. This is
yeah. So this has been out for almost a month now.
There's a cop dog.
yeah.
And he's voiced by Rob Riggle, so he comes out of nowhere and he's like, "Oh shit, it's the feds!"
I think it's funny because the first time I saw the dog, I immediately thought, "What's a low budget act?" Rob Riggle. I immediately thought it was him, and I heard the voice like, "Yep, that's him." Yeah, it wasn't that good. I thought it was okay, but it didn't make me laugh one part.
No,
it had potential. It fell flat.
Yeah, I think I gave it a 2.
I'd probably give it a 2. The don't watch that was harsh. I was like, damn.
It was. I couldn't do it. The only reason I even saw it in the first place, I didn't want to see it. My girlfriend really wanted to see it, and she hated it as well.
Oh, she did too?
She didn't like it.
I think Emma didn't like it either. My girlfriend. I don't know. It was okay. I wouldn't recommend seeing it. Some people enjoy it. Some people also dumb, but yeah.
I didn't care for it.
Yeah, that's how I feel. But anything else you think of? Any TV shows you've been watching? Anything like that?
TV shows wise, I've been watching The Sopranos for like 2 months now.
Okay, I here's the thing. I watched about 2 episodes of Sopranos. I really want to get into it. I don't know.
It's a lot because each episode's like an hour.
It is.
So when you watch each episode, you're basically watching a movie.
Yeah.
I know I'm about to finish season 4, and when I was looking through the season 4 finale is almost an hour and a half.
Good lord!
And it's like they're
long seasons too. They're
like 13 episodes.
Yeah.
And then I think the last season's like 20 episodes.
Yeah, that's the thing is that's my dad's favorite show, and I'm a big fan. Like Goodfellas is one of my favorite movies of all time.
I think you'll love it.
I don't know.
It's
I enjoyed
really good.
what I saw. It's so long.
I think so far, I know there's always that big debate. What's the best television show? You have Sopranos, Breaking Bad, Game of Thrones, stuff like that. I haven't seen Game of Thrones personally, but I think that big debate between Sopranos and Breaking Bad, I prefer Breaking Bad.
Okay.
But I think James Gandolfini
is the better
actor. I think his
he can sell it better.
I think his performance as Tony Soprano is insane. How well he plays that role.
The thing is, okay, so I've seen Breaking Bad. The thing about Breaking Bad is that it hooked me. First I watched it, I only got through 2 episodes, couldn't watch it. Same thing with Sopranos.
Yeah.
But after I watched the first 3 episodes, I was hooked on Breaking Bad. I was just consistently watching it.
Yeah.
Game of Thrones, I got through season 1. It's just not my thing.
Yeah, I don't think I'd get into it. It's not for me.
It's good, but it's just not my thing. And then Sopranos, I feel like, I don't know, it seems like it should be right up my alley. I love Goodfellas. It seems like it should be there, but I don't know. I'll have to give it another chance here soon. It's on HBO Max or something?
It's on
Max.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's been taking me a while. I think that's the big thing. Probably be on it. Probably won't be 2 months before I finish
finally
it.
finish
like,
it. Yeah.
It's just so long, and like some of the episodes are so dark, and it's like you gotta like dissolve after you sit through some of these episodes. Like,
that's the thing. I like dark material, but I watch Family Guy. That's my thing. I watch Family Guy.
Like I can sit there and watch 10 episodes of South Park, but like one episode of The Sopranos, and I'm like, all right, maybe another.
Even Breaking Bad, there was some like the one with the kid.
Oh yeah,
that was I was like, all right, I'm gonna take a break. This is too crazy for me. But
yeah.
Anything else?
That's all I got. I think
I haven't been watching. I watched first season of Game of Thrones. I got through about a week ago, and I don't know. It's just not my thing. My girlfriend really wants to watch it. Keep watching it. I hear the first 2 seasons are really slow and boring. It's going to pick up. There are some characters I enjoy about it, but I don't know. I'm just kind of watching it to watch it.
Yeah.
But
I don't think it'd be for me. It's never something I've checked out.
I've never even seen Lord of the Rings or anything like that. It's just not my type of thing. But I don't know. I think that does it for the review section. So we'll head into. So this is gonna be our main. The ending is gonna have like our big ending show, big movie, like the big movie, like when FNAF or something comes out, or the creator, something with a lot of hype. But for right now, since there's not really anything out and it's our first episode, we wanted to do something where we're going to talk about like the big main event of the show we'll have. So for this week's, it's going to be the top 5 anticipated movies for the rest of 2023. So we both have a list of 5 movies and a couple honorable mentions. So we can go ahead and dive right into that. Do you want to do honorable mentions first?
Yeah, we're going to start with those.
Okay.
You want me to start with my honorable mentions?
Sure. And if mine's in the honorable mentions, we'll just butt in or whatever.
All right. So I'm not going to go too in depth on these honorable mentions, but you just want me to say all of my honorable mentions?
You can.
Yeah. So I'll just write them off. I got Napoleon, Ridley Scott's new movie.
Okay.
It's got Joaquin Phoenix. I think it looks pretty good. I don't know if you've seen much about it.
I've seen the trailer, and I've heard this is like the movie he's been wanting to make for like decades or something like that.
It's going to be like 3 hours long.
It's going to be ridiculous.
But then I got The Bike Riders. It's the new Austin Butler, Tom Hardy, Jodie Comer.
Yep.
I think you're pretty pumped for that.
I am. I had only seen the trailer the other day. Like, I don't know if it just came out or something.
It did, yeah.
Because
they just released it at, like, Telluride or one of the big film festivals. So I think with that, they released the first trailer.
That makes sense.
The Holdovers, which you were actually the one who told me about this, the new Paul Giamatti movie.
Yeah, that was crazy. The first time I saw that in theaters, it was during Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
When I saw Oppenheimer, they showed the trailer.
My Oppenheimer didn't have previews.
Well, did you see it opening day?
Yeah.
I saw it like 2 weeks afterwards.
Yeah.
But when I saw it, it was, it kind of shocked me. I was sitting there like, what is this? Because I knew it was Paul Giamatti, but it was filmed like a 70s, 80s movie.
Like it's like the Dead Poet Society kind of thing.
It was crazy. It was crazy.
But then I got Ballads of Songbirds and Snakes, the new Hunger Games. I've read the book. It's really good. I grew up on Hunger Games. I was always a big fan, so I'm pretty excited for it. And then my last honorable mention, this one was just outside of my top 5. It's Five Nights at Freddy's.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy because that's probably a lot of people's number one most anticipated.
I mean, I have a lot of friends who are really into it. So I think that adds to my excitement a little bit, but I was just never really into it like growing up. But I still think it looks really cool. I really like Matthew Lillard as well. So I'm pretty excited, but I'll go ahead and let you get your honorable mentions in.
Okay. My honorable mentions, I have The Exorcist Believer.
I haven't seen it, like the original.
I watched the original. Surprisingly, the first 40 minutes is in Iraq. You
really?
Wouldn't believe it? It's super weird. The first 40 minutes, like the beginning of the movie, it just says Iraq, like 19 whatever. And I'm like, what is happening? So the first 40 minutes of the movie is in Iraq.
Because I'm thinking about watching the original so I can see the new one. But...
Yeah, here's the thing. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of the first Exorcist. I think it's good, but I'm not in love with it. But something like Halloween, when they did Halloween 2018, which is basically what they're doing here. They're doing the 40 years after they're making a sequel. I loved Halloween 2018, but I also love Halloween, the original. Yeah. So, I don't know. I don't think the story's going to be as good, but I'm still going to see it. So
I'm
it's
intrigued to see how the effects and stuff on it look.
Yeah, I don't know. They're trying. I like how they do, at the end of the trailer, they have, the freeze frame of, the faces. Yeah. I like that, but I don't know. I want to see it. Next, I have Dumb Money, which I know you're really anticipated for. I don't know. I am a big fan of biopics. I don't know. Dumb Money, I'll see it, but it's not really high up there for me. I don't know why. Napoleon, as we talked about, it's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Notice you didn't mention this one. Chicken Run Dawn of the Chicken Nugget.
Really?
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the original
I saw it when I was little, but like I have no memory.
That is the only memory I have.
That's like a straight to Netflix or something, isn't it?
It is. I think it's coming out December. It's coming out this year sometime.
Yeah.
That is one of only 2 memories I have of going to Blockbuster. I remember returning the VHS copy of Chicken Run.
Okay.
And I remember when they were closing, walking in and getting like a Wreck-It Ralph or Monster vs. Aliens on Blu-ray. I still have that somewhere.
Nice.
So, I don't know. I'm excited. I actually am a big fan of the first Chicken Run. And then another honorable mention is that a TV show, Loki Season 2. This is going to be in my top 5, but I want to keep it movies, basically. But Loki Season 2, I was a big fan of the first season of Loki.
I know Ryan really likes it.
It's definitely my favorite Marvel show.
I know it's supposed to be like, outside of like WandaVision, the only like good...
Even WandaVision was like an experience. I'm never going to rewatch it. Loki was actually just a good show.
Yeah.
But this season, I know it's got... so, the big bad guy is Kang.
Right.
He's the new Thanos. Yeah. So, he was first introduced in that movie. I know this show has... what's his name? How do I forget his name? Owen Wilson. Wilson plays the side character. And... who's the guy in Everything Everywhere All at Once? The Asian dude?
Oh,
I don't know.
I can't think of his name.
I know. We all know who he is.
Oh, Ki Huy Kwan.
Yeah, he's in the show now.
Really?
So he's going to be in it.
Cool.
And I don't know. It just seems like it's going to be really good. I'm excited for it. Even though I haven't been excited for a Marvel movie since No Way Home. Because I'm a big Spider-Man guy. Right. I saw Ant-Man Quantumania. That was terrible. I'm not even going to see the Marvels. I don't even care to see that. But that's what I'm excited for, with the honorable mentions at least. But
right, so I think we'll kind of go, I'll say 5, you go 5.
Yeah, we'll go 5 and 5. Yep, we'll just go down the list.
All right, so my number 5 is The Boy and the Heron. It's the new Hayao Miyazaki movie. Okay. Which is Studio Ghibli.
It's the animated movie.
Yeah. I'm a big Studio Ghibli. I love Ponyo, Spirited Away, Totoro.
Okay.
Castle in the Sky. So this was supposed to be his last movie. Like, it's been hyped up as it's going to be his last movie.
It's the Tarantino 10 movie thing.
But he's now starting to maybe make a comeback. He's been talking to the studio.
Okay.
So it was hyped up like it would be his last movie.
So quote unquote his last movie.
Quote unquote his last movie. It came out to good reviews. It came out in like Japan, I believe, already.
Okay.
And then I think it's coming to the States in December, I want to say.
Okay.
But I'm pretty excited for it again. I'm a big Studio Ghibli fan, so I love any of them that I've seen. I love.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. Studio Ghibli is just not my thing.
Yeah.
My girlfriend's a big fan, but it's just not my thing. I'm gonna be honest. For the rest of the year, I could not find a lot of things. Like, my honorable mentions was almost my list. Like, it was basically, that's all I could think about for movies coming out for the rest of the year. There's not a lot of things that excite me. But for number 5, I have Ferrari.
Okay.
The movie.
I almost put this in my honorable mentions.
I'm a big... After I saw the Star Wars movies, I think Adam Driver's the best part of those movies.
Yeah. I'm a big Adam Driver fan.
I'm a big Adam Driver fan. I loved him in House of Gucci. I think he was the best part of that movie.
Oh, have you seen Marriage Story?
I have not yet. I have that on the list.
He's great in Marriage Story.
I'm just a really big fan of Adam Driver, and I think this is almost like House of Gucci Part 2.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I think I'm going to like it.
I know its reviews have been a little shaky from the film festival.
I'm sure it is, but so is House of Gucci. And I enjoyed House of Gucci.
Yeah.
So, I think I'd enjoyed this one. You can't go wrong with a biopic with Adam Driver.
That's very true.
But you go on to number 4.
So number 4, I got Martin Scorsese's Killers of the Flower Moon.
Okay.
I like Scorsese. I mean, he's one of the goats. Like,
yeah, he's
one of the greats.
Yeah,
it's like
I've said
arguably
before,
the best director of all time.
Yeah, Goodfellas is probably my top 3 favorite movies of all time.
I mean, you got Leonardo DiCaprio. You got Brendan Fraser, Jesse Plemons. Robert De Niro, and Lily Gladstone, who's kind of like breaking out from this. They're saying she might be like best supporting actress favorite.
Really?
Yeah, one of her first few movies.
No.
I think it looks really good. The previews look incredible.
I can tell you what doesn't look good: the poster. We got the
poster
in. It's bad.
Suck.
It is really bad.
Posters suck, but the trailers make it look pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm a big Jesse Plemons fan, so I'm pumped for anything Jesse Plemons is in.
All right.
But,
I mean, it's a Leonardo DiCaprio, Martin Scorsese movie with Robert De Niro.
It's gonna be good.
I mean, that's all you gotta say.
Good.
Anything else you want to say about Killers of the Flower Moon?
That's all I got.
All right. Well, number 4 for me is, in fact, The Holdovers.
Okay.
So The Holdovers, I was blown away when I first saw the trailer before Oppenheimer. Just the way it was shot. It was shot in film, and it has that like 70s audio.
Yeah.
And everything about it was just screaming 70s and 80s, and I loved it. That's probably the big movie I could think of that really sticks out, that I'm like, okay, that and my number 1 is like the big movies I can think of. But other than the trailer I saw, I mean, it looks good, but I don't know. I don't think it's going to be like my top favorite. That's why it's lower on the list.
Right.
Because there's other movies on my list I think I'm going to like more, but I'm very curious to see how it goes. I want to know if it feels like a 70s, 80s type movie. But yeah, you can go on to number 3.
All right, so my number 3, I got Poor Things. This was actually supposed to have come out already.
Oh, really?
It's supposed to come out September 8th.
I've never even heard of this one.
It's supposed to come out today.
Okay.
But it got pushed back to December. It's the new Yorgos Lanthimos movie. He did Killing a Sacred Deer. Have you heard of that?
No.
It's got Barry Keoghan and Colin Farrell in it.
Okay, I know who Colin Farrell is. That's
you know Barry Keoghan. He's the Joker in the new Batman.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know the face, but I don't know the name.
So, Poor Things, it's by him. It's got Emma Stone, Willem Dafoe, Mark Ruffalo, and it's basically a modern, like, Frankenstein. So, like, Willem Dafoe...
What is this called?
Poor Things.
Okay, I'm looking it up.
You gotta watch the trailer, because it looks beautiful, the way it's shot.
All right.
Basically, like, Willem Dafoe brings Emma Stone, like, back to life. Like, it's a modern Frankenstein is how it's being described. It's come out to pretty good reviews. I'm pretty excited for it.
Holy shit, it's got 100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah. Like it.
Jesus Christ. Well, I love Willem Dafoe.
Yeah,
Willem Dafoe's in it.
If Willem Dafoe's in it, I'm in it.
Huh. I gotta check that out.
I'm pretty excited for it.
Are we gonna get that? Or is it like a...
I'd imagine.
Huh.
I mean, I really like Emma Stone, too. She's probably my favorite actress.
Interesting. I'm gonna be honest. I do not care for Emma Stone.
I'm shaking my head right now. You guys can't see it, but I'm shaking my head.
I cannot stand. I can handle Emma Stone. I think like Easy A and stuff. I liked her in that. I don't know. I can see it. I don't know.
But I'm really excited for it. You got to check out the trailer later. It looks really good.
Okay, I'll have to check that out. Yeah, I've never even heard of that movie. Huh. Wow. All right. See, this is why we do the podcast. We learn stuff. Number 3 for me is Killers of the Flower Moon.
Okay.
I mean, what else do we got to say about that? Scorsese's new movie. I think it would be higher. I love his gangster movies. I don't know how I'm going to feel about this. It's kind of a different take for him. I'm sure it'll be good. I'm sure it'll be great. But I love his style with the gangster movies. It kind of have like a consistent style. Yeah, I think it's going to be probably pretty great. So that's all I got to say about that.
Yeah, so my number 2, Josh mentioned this one earlier, Dumb Money.
Yeah, Dumb Money.
I'm really excited for it. This might be my favorite cast of the year.
Really?
Paul
it's got some...
Paul Dano,
it's got the cast.
Seth Rogen, Nick Offerman, Pete Davidson, Sebastian Stan, American Ferrera, Shailene Woodley.
I mean, the more you talk about it, it sounds like it's amazing. I don't know. It's just not hooking me. I don't know.
I mean, I was really intrigued in the whole story when it happened.
Yeah. It's a crazy story. It really is.
So I want to see this in movie form, and I think the cast is just insane. There's a lot of people I love. I love Paul Dano.
Yeah.
I love Nick Offerman. I love Seth
Nick
Rogen.
Offerman. I love Seth Rogen.
American Ferrera was really good in Barbie.
Yeah, I don't know. It just, there's something about it.
But I'm really excited for it. So
yeah. I'm gonna see it. I'm definitely gonna see it. I'm sure I'll like it. It's just, I don't know why it's not sticking out to me. It's just every time I see
I
a
feel
trailer,
like it's not sticking out to a lot of people, but it is sticking out to me.
it's sticking right out to him. Every time I see a trailer, I'm like, yep, that's another movie. And he's like, this is going to be the shit.
This is going to be my favorite movie
I'm
of
like,
the year.
okay. But, all right. I mean, we all got bad choices. That's okay.
All right. Let's see your number 2.
Number 2 is The Bike Riders. Now, I just saw the trailer the other day. I'm a huge Austin Butler fan ever since
the
Elvis.
Zoe 101 days.
Since he was on iCarly, I go through the whole history if you want. I really like his acting. This goes back to it's almost like he's playing like a weird Elvis badass role kind of thing. Tom Hardy, I love Tom Hardy. He's great. I don't know if you saw in the trailers, if you noticed, Michael Shannon's in it. I'm a massive Michael Shannon fan.
I enjoy Michael Shannon.
I don't know why, but I just love that man.
And you didn't see The Flash.
I did not see The Flash, but I've seen like his Elvis. That's 2 Elvises in one movie, by the way. Michael Shannon played Elvis in Elvis versus Nixon. That's a good one. I'd recommend. Even Michael Shannon's little role is like sticking out to me. Is how much I fucking love that guy. But I think that's gonna be probably one of my favorite movies of the year. I don't know. It's just sticking out to me.
I mean,
I'm
it
gonna
looks like the trailer looks really good.
It seems like a movie I'm just gonna really like. Comes around December time,
Yeah.
so that's like the big movie of the year I can think of, other than my number 1. So we can toss it over to Jared for his number 1.
So my number 1 is The Killer.
The Killer.
David Fincher's new movie.
Okay, so when you sent me, like, you told me a couple movies to look out for.
Yeah.
You just mentioned The Killer. I have not seen anything about this movie.
It's been like flying under the radar, which is kind of crazy for a David Fincher movie.
Yeah, I've not heard a single thing
it's
about it.
It's got Michael Fassbender in it as well.
Yeah, I need to watch a trailer for this thing. I really have not noticed.
It looks kind of crazy.
Does it really?
I mean, I'm a big David Fincher fan. Social Network, 7, Fight Club, Zodiac.
You know what?
Because I think The Social Network's like in my top 10.
I haven't seen 7.
I like it.
I'm going to be honest. I did not care for Fight Club. And I did not care for The Social Network.
That's just a bad opinion.
That's where you're wrong. No, I think The Social Network is better than Fight Club.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's a good movie, but people, like, it's people's favorite movies. I think
The Social Network's incredible.
I think it's good.
I think it's
I don't think it's
in my
incredible.
top 10, top 15.
Now, this is the same guy that when I watched Batman for the first time, I thought it was okay. Because I watched it at 11 o'clock at night. Yeah. So I might have to rewatch it.
I'm a pretty big David Fincher fan. I think this looks really good. Trailer came out pretty recently, and it's straight to Netflix, too.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
But...
Well, so's, Chicken Run.
Yeah.
Right, classics.
But, I mean, like I said, he's got a lot of good movies, so I'm pretty excited for it.
I have not seen 7 or Zodiac. Those are definitely movies
I
need to watch.
like Zodiac a lot. I think Zodiac might be my number 2 of him.
Really?
I really like Zodiac.
Huh. Yeah, I need to check these movies out. I know my brother's a big fan of 7.
7's pretty good, but I feel like it's one that you watch once. If you watch it a second time, it doesn't have that same feeling. Because the ending of it is, like, so intense.
It's so intense, and once you know the ending, it's kind of like... Yeah, it's no longer a mystery.
The first time you watch it, the ending of 7 is just... I mean,
it's something else.
It's probably the most anxiety-built scene ever for me.
Really?
Like, it's...
That could be it. That could be a little side... I'll do throw a little side topic. What's the most intense ending you've ever had? Like the one that's giving you the most anxiety?
It honestly might be 7.
It might be 7?
Like 7... Uncut Gems is up there.
I think Uncut Gems is up there. I think the one that gave me... My heart was actually pounding the hardest was Whiplash. I don't know why.
Oh, Whiplash is insane.
Whiplash, like my heart was pounding like crazy. I have no idea why. It's a fucking drumming movie.
But it's insane.
And I'm sitting there and he's
Whiplash.
He's just drumming. My heart's going crazy. Yeah, that's probably the most intense I felt.
Yeah. All right, but we can go ahead and get to your number 1.
All right, my number 1. As I mentioned before, this might become a shocker. Number 1 is Wonka. I'm just kidding.
Shut up. Shut up.
Wonka. No, Wonka's absolutely terrible. I think that's probably going to be the worst movie of the year, beside Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania. No, number 1 is Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah.
I mean, what can you say about... I mean, apparently, though, it's going to be 3.5 hours long or whatever.
I think I just saw the other day it's like 2 hours.
Is it really?
Yeah.
But, I mean, what... Everyone's talking about it. It's based off the video game, which is basically part of my childhood.
So are you into the lore? Like, do you know all the lore?
I do know a bit of the lore. I fell off after like the 4th game.
Because our
it's under
friend,
2 hours.
we have a friend named Steph, and she knows the lore. She could tell you all of it.
I know the basic lore. I know the
She
lore.
knows all of it.
I know who Purple Guy is. I know about the kids. I know about the
'Cause
bite
I don't
of
know most of
87.
the lore,
Do you
like-
know about the bite of 87 and all that stuff?
I've heard a little.
It's a
of
big
it.
meme.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
the bite of 87, and then there's Purple Guy, who's basically the person that runs it.
Yeah.
It's a whole thing. But like Matthew Lillard, huge Matthew Lillard fan. From Scooby-Doo to Scream, like you
Yeah,
can't go wrong
you
with
can't
him.
go wrong with him.
And then freaking Peta's in the movie. That's kind of a weird one. I don't know how I feel about him being the main
He's
guy.
hasn't
but
acted in a while.
It's
He's like a big FNAF fan.
okay. It's just a weird role to
Yeah.
throw him in. It's like who's gonna play? I mean, who's gonna play the security guard? Who are you gonna get? You can't get.
You
know.
can't get just any.
Yeah, you can't just get Willem Dafoe. Although that'd be
That'd be
amazing.
kinda sweet.
Willem Dafoe was the main security guard. But yeah, I mean, it seems like they were going practical too, because right now they're having the Halloween Horror Nights Universal's event, and they're having a big behind the scenes for Blumhouse, the thing, who's also doing The Exorcist. But so they're having like behind the scenes stuff, and they have the animatronics there, like on display. You can look at them, and so it seems like in the movie it's all designed. So I don't know. I'm very excited for it. That's probably my most anticipated movie.
Yeah.
So
It looks pretty good.
I think it's gonna be great. But yeah. So this seems like it's gonna be the end of the first episode. Jared, got anything else to say?
I don't think I got much else, honestly. We talked about a lot.
We talked about a lot. It's a good intro, I guess. It's gonna be a little sloppy, but we'll get more comfortable and used to it. Yeah, we'll figure out the pattern. What big movies are coming out soon? We got.
So coming out soon.
I'll probably will see the Nun II. I probably will here soon. So that will be coming up.
Let me go and take a quick look.
Okay. I can't think of anything that's coming out. Equalizer 3 is out right now. I don't really care to see that. I haven't seen the other ones.
So next week we got A Haunting in Venice, which
I have not seen any of the other ones.
I've seen the
Murder on the Oriental Express.
I've seen them because the other one's Death on the Nile, right?
Yeah.
I've seen them both.
I haven't seen any
I don't like
either
either
of
of
those.
I thought they were both bad.
I mean, I hear they're not that good, but this one seems interesting.
And then the week after that we got The Expendables 4.
Okay, Expendables 4. I've not seen any of the Expendables.
I have not either. I feel like you don't need to.
I have not seen any of the Expendables. I have not seen any of the Fast and Furious. I have not seen
I've seen
any
all the
of
Fast
those.
and Furious.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You'll have to do a ranked list of the Fast and Furious.
We'll have to.
Does that include Hobbs and Shops?
It doesn't. I've seen since 5. I've seen them all in theaters.
Good Lord. Wow. The only one I was consistent with was Marvel. I think it was the longest run I ever did was Marvel from Avengers 2 to like Endgame. I saw every single one in theaters. But all right, well, so it's gonna be. You tell me it's gonna be a slow week the next couple weeks.
Yeah,
but
that's few podcasts. We won't have a lot. 29th will be big. That's Saw and The Creator.
and then you'll be reviewing. And Paw Patrol.
And Paw Patrol. I'm so excited for Paw Patrol.
It's Saw Patrol with Kim Kardashian.
The fact that Chase or whatever the dog, the main kid is doing like Matrix style like dodging. Have you seen it? Dude, you got to see the trailer. In the trailer,
so hyped right now, dude. Why is this in the top 5? I mean,
in the trailer, he's like dodging stuff like it's the Matrix.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious.
Dude, Paw Patrol's going crazy.
Like,
dude, and Saw 10. I've never seen a Saw movie.
I haven't seen
I
it.
don't care about the Saw
I've
franchise.
seen the scary movie Spook with Dr. Phil and Shaq.
Okay,
that's enough.
I don't care to see Saw. I don't think that's a good one. Paw Patrol might actually be reviewed. The creator
I might
of
go
Paw
see
Patrol.
it.
We might have to see that. But all right, well, we'll figure out some things now, I guess.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, that's the end of the podcast. So
All right, thanks for listening, guys.
thanks for listening. Hope you enjoyed, and stay tuned for more.
And thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for spending the time with us. We'll see you again